Okay, so this is going to be my first video with respect to growing out my beard. It's pretty cool, as far as I'm concerned, is so the end of last year I decided I wanted to start growing out my beard. I made I will say more of a full-blown commitment to it this year. And so as of January 1st, I have been letting my beard grow much longer than I normally would have. So the precursor to this is, and I know what you're saying, why is he using such a huge comb and he has barely anything on his face? Okay, so I've always had hair on my face. It's always been very low, a little bit more than a shadow. I think the setting on the clippers that my barber tends to have used over the years is like 1/16 of an inch. It's never been more than that. So I've always had hair. Back when I first shaved off my head many years ago, I did for a time have the mustache and the goatee. And I think somehow, be it genetic disposition or just over a period of time wearing it like that, seems like as I'm now making a decision to grow my beard out, those are the areas that seem to be growing the fastest. So that being said, very quickly, let's do the profile. So we got the left side, we have the right side, and you can probably tell, if I'm doing this right, you can probably tell that the right side is stronger than the left side. It's a little bit darker, just a little bit. And if you can't tell, I can tell. All right, neckline right above my Adam's apple. There's going to be hair growing down here. And let me just say that different people have different approaches. Even though I'm going to be letting my beard grow for the next year, and in case you didn't know, that's what it means. It's a beard that you let grow for a year. I am not going to allow hairs to cover my lips, and I'm not going to let it get all crazy down here and under here. But I do have already a good idea of my hairlines, where the hairs grow, where they're strongest, what directions they grow in, and all of that stuff. And future videos will talk about training the hair and all that other stuff too as well. But what I wanted to do for this very first video is I want to show you in the first 3 to 4 months of growing out my beard, the processes that I'm going through, and to show you the progress that I'm making, right? So for many people, I've seen a couple of videos, and I'm sure you've seen it too, where this is what they use, okay? That's wild growth hair oil. All right. I have not seen, not to say it's not out there, I have not seen anybody talk about this. This is the brother to it. This is wild hair growth conditioner. All right. So in deciding to use, or having seen that oils are pretty much the best way to start off your beard, you want to keep it moisturized and keep the skin moisturized. Avoid it getting dry so it doesn't get itchy and all those other things as the beard is just starting to grow. I've decided to use these two. Now, what I've done is my little proprietary blend of oils is basically these two, right? And I just got a big Gatorade bottle. I dump those in there. And then I fill the rest up with argan oil, scented argan oil, because these two do not smell good. It's not the kind of stuff you want to put on your face and walk out into the public and all of that good stuff. Definitely not. In addition to that, everybody talks about supplements, okay? Everybody's taking biotin. Granted, I understand that. I've taken a look around. I've seen a lot of different offerings or products with respect to biotin, pure biotin. I decided to go a little bit differently. I decided to go with a company called It Works. And they have a supplement that is for hair, skin, and nails. So it's not just for hair, okay? But it has some other things besides biotin. And if the print wasn't so tiny, I would read it to you right now. But the long and short is I believe in a more holistic approach. That's just me. All right. So I'm gonna take a look. I know I've seen links for this on Amazon. I'm going to take a look for the conditioner as well, and I'll include that in the video. I'll include a link on where you can buy this stuff. And the only other thing that I really want to talk about right now is when we talk about breakage, split ends, and all of this other stuff. Hence, this is why I'm using such a big comb. And I'm going to throw this in here because this was going to be the subject of another video. And I apologize to this company, but a lot of people talk about getting wooden combs, so forth and so forth. It disperses the oil on the face and so forth. And I love my wooden combs. I have a few already. But this company, I fell in love with this company. Genesee Beard Company, and I fell in love with this comb. I love the weight of the comb. It's not that heavy. I love the way it goes through the beard. Great. I love the way it feels as I'm combing it. You know, I can get the angles that I want. I can even do the mustache as low as it is. Whatever, the teeth, they get it. But what I realize that a lot of people are talking about are, and I don't even know if you can see it in the video, but there are like these little subtle imperfections in the wood. It's not smooth in between the teeth. And what I started noticing is that some of my hairs were being pulled out by the comb itself because it didn't have it had the imperfections in them. And I know I've heard it in videos where people say get the one-piece molded comb, make sure it's smooth. People recommend Kent as one of the best combs out there. I keep this one for my little mustache. But I fell in love with this comb. And it works pretty well with respect to the amount of growth that I have on my face. I'm not going to say beard yet. There's some people that say that this is not. Actually, one guy said, it's not a beard until you can look down and see the very end of it. And just the other day, I realized I could look down and start to see the very first hairs. So it's definitely coming along. But bottom line is, as you can see, as I'm combing through it, no snag. I've already moisturized my face. I put some water on my face. There's still a little bit of the oil combination that I use in there. So it's running through very smooth. And what I do is I go through the beard with this, and then I do the other weaker areas with this. So I'll go from heavier to lighter with the bigger end of this comb for now. And then for the very lightest parts and my mustache, I'll use the smaller end of this comb. Now, even as you notice, which is I just started doing this, is I'm combing the mustache to the sides. All right. I used to comb it straight down. It started getting a little long, and I actually wound up clipping it to have it not cover my lips. And I was watching another video just yesterday, and, they were saying, don't cut it. Just take that extra length that you're getting and, sweep it to the sides from now. Now, this particular guy was probably working on doing one of those handlebar things, which I will not be doing. But it definitely works and avoids me having to cut the hair prematurely. And as long as it keeps the hairs out of my mouth, away from my, from the line of my lips, that's fine. Now, very quickly, strengths and weaknesses that I've noticed in my beard. What I like, what I don't like. Okay, just like everybody else, I don't like any place that's patchy. I definitely don't like that. I like the fact that I'm getting this rapid growth off my chin. I'm hoping that eventually all of this will kind of fill in, come in behind it. But the one thing that I do love about my beard is, you probably can't even see it, but it's this right here. This little area right here. I got nifty little hair that grows up right up here, kind of pops up, and then the hair just naturally just kind of falls underneath the line of my lip. That's the best attribute as far as my beard is concerned. So I hope I haven't bored you too much. I wanted to show you, exactly what I'm doing so far. I'm going to be documenting, maybe not on a week-to-week basis. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to be documenting how I'm growing my beard. I'm going to be showing you the progress. I'm going to be showing you some of the other things that I've learned. And my next video is going to be what I think is the best solution to avoid someone who's just starting off their beard from cutting off their beard. Because we all know that the biggest problem is, man, you're looking at it, it's all patchy, like, oh, it looks horrible, and you cut it off. I'm going to show you what I think my solution is, or the solution is. Not mine, but the solution. All right, so that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay frosty.